Quantum wealth compression. How some people collapse years of income growth into months. Stop everything and pay attention, because what I'm about to reveal will fundamentally change how you think about wealth creation timelines. You've been told that building significant wealth takes years or decades, that income growth is slow, gradual, and requires patient accumulation over long periods of time. But here's the truth that changes everything. Time isn't the problem, frequency is. Right now, there are people collapsing years of income growth into months through a phenomenon I call quantum wealth compression. They're not working harder than you. They're not smarter than you. They're not luckier than you. They've accessed a quantum principle that allows them to compress time itself, to experience in months what conventional thinking says should take years. While you're accepting slow, linear income growth as inevitable, they're quantum leaping to income levels that logic says should be years away. And once you understand how quantum wealth compression works, you can do it too. Here's what most people don't understand. Time is not fixed in the quantum field. In 3D physical reality, time appears linear and unchangeable. 1 second follows another, 1 month follows another, 1 year follows another. But in the quantum field where manifestation actually occurs, time is fluid and compressible. Einstein proved this with relativity. Time moves differently depending on the observer's frame of reference. In quantum mechanics, time doesn't even exist the way we experience it. All possibilities exist simultaneously in what physicists call the eternal now. This means the version of you earning your desired income isn't waiting for you years in the future. It exists right now in a parallel frequency. Quantum wealth compression is the process of collapsing the time distance between your current frequency and that higher income frequency, experiencing in compressed time what linear thinking says should take years. Think of it this way. Imagine your income growth as a journey from point A, current income, to point Z, desired income. In linear time, you travel A, B, C, D, E all the way to Z, which takes years. But in quantum compression, you fold the map so point A touches point Z, then step directly from one to the other. The distance is the same, but you've compressed the time required to traverse it. You're not skipping the growth, you're experiencing it in compressed form. The learning, the expansion, the identity shift all still happen, but instead of being spread across years, they're concentrated into months. This is how people have overnight success after years of struggle. They discovered quantum compression, consciously or unconsciously, and collapsed their timeline. The people experiencing quantum wealth compression understand something crucial. Your income timeline is determined by your frequency, not by time itself. If you maintain a low frequency that says, wealth comes slowly, you'll experience slow wealth accumulation, not because that's true, but because your frequency creates that experience. If you shift to a high frequency that says, wealth can compress rapidly, you create conditions for quantum leaps, not because you're breaking universal laws, but because you're working with them at a quantum level instead of a Newtonian level. Time doesn't limit you. Your frequency about time limits you. This is why some entrepreneurs build in 1 year what took others 10 years to build. Why some people quantum leap to 6-figure incomes while others grind for decades to get there. Why some individuals seem to, suddenly, become wealthy when they'd been struggling just months before. They're not anomalies. They're not lucky. They're accessing quantum wealth compression. They've shifted their frequency in a way that collapses time, allowing years of income growth to manifest in compressed time frames. The wealth isn't coming from nowhere, it's being drawn from future timelines into present experience through frequency manipulation. I'm about to show you exactly what quantum wealth compression is, why time has been limiting your income growth, and the precise protocol for collapsing your wealth timeline so you can experience in months what conventional thinking says should take years. This isn't about working harder in compressed time. It's about shifting your frequency so that time itself compresses. Let's collapse your wealth timeline. Why time has been your wealth limitation. Before you can compress your wealth timeline, you need to understand why time has been limiting your income growth. Most people have time-based beliefs that create artificial timelines that become self-fulfilling prophecies. These beliefs don't reflect universal truth, they reflect frequency limitations that can be shifted. The first time limitation belief is, wealth takes years to build. You absorbed this belief from culture, parents, and conventional wisdom. You've heard it so many times it feels like truth. Rome wasn't built in a day. Good things take time. Slow and steady wins the race. These messages encoded a belief that wealth creation is necessarily slow. This belief became a frequency you broadcast constantly. My wealth timeline is years long. The quantum field responded to your belief by creating exactly that experience. Years-long wealth accumulation. Not because that's how wealth works, but because that's the timeline your frequency specified. Your belief about how long wealth takes literally created the timeline you're experiencing. The second limitation is, I need to earn my way up gradually. This belief says you must progress through income levels sequentially, 30,000, then 40,000, then 50,000, never skipping steps. This creates a frequency of, I'm not ready for quantum leaps, only gradual increments. Your frequency makes quantum leaps feel impossible or unsafe, so you unconsciously block opportunities that would create them. You get the gradual progression your frequency allows, missing the compression possibilities that could collapse years into months. Your belief in necessary gradualness creates the gradual experience. The third limitation is, past determines future timeline. You look at your income history and project it forward. I've been growing at 10% per year, so next year I'll grow 10%. This belief locks you into past patterns, broadcasting, my future timeline matches my past timeline. The quantum field delivers matching circumstances. You're not allowing for quantum acceleration because your frequency says past speed equals future speed. This belief makes your past the prison for your future, preventing timeline compression that would break historical patterns. The fourth limitation is, time equals effort equation. You believe income is proportional to time invested. To double my income, I need to double my working hours. This creates frequency of, time is the determining factor in wealth creation. The quantum field responds by making time the bottleneck. You can't earn more because you're broadcasting that earnings are time-dependent, which caps your income at how much time you can invest. This belief prevents you from accessing income streams that aren't time-bound, keeping you in linear time for money exchange. The fifth limitation is, I must wait for readiness. You believe you'll be wealthy when you're ready, and readiness takes time to develop. This broadcasts, I'm not ready now, I need more time. The quantum field honors your stated timeline by ensuring you always need more time before you're ready. Readiness becomes a moving target that's always in the future, never in the present. This belief prevents compression because you're constantly deferring your wealth timeline, saying, not yet, I need more time to prepare. The preparation timeline you believe you need becomes the delay timeline you experience. These 5 time limitation beliefs, wealth takes years, gradual progression required, past determines future, time equals effort, readiness requires waiting, work together to create an artificial timeline that feels real but is actually just a frequency pattern you're broadcasting. You've been experiencing slow income growth not because that's inevitable, but because your time beliefs created a slow growth frequency. Shift the beliefs, shift the frequency, collapse the timeline. Quantum wealth compression becomes possible the moment you recognize time limitations are frequency-based, not truth-based. The quantum mechanics of wealth compression. Now let's understand the actual quantum mechanics behind how wealth timelines can be compressed. This isn't magical thinking. This is physics applied to financial manifestation. When you understand the mechanics, you can use them deliberately. The first principle is frequency-time relationship. In quantum physics, frequency determines how energy manifests in spacetime. Higher frequencies vibrate faster, experiencing more cycles per unit of time. Lower frequencies vibrate slower, experiencing fewer cycles per unit of time. Applied to wealth, when you're at low frequency, your wealth manifestation happens slowly. Few cycles per month, small income increases per year. When you shift to high frequency, wealth manifestation accelerates. More cycles per month, larger increases per year. Same calendar time passes, but you're experiencing more quantum events in that time because your frequency is faster. This is compression. More wealth creation events packed into the same time period because your frequency increased. The second principle is quantum superposition collapse. In quantum mechanics, All possible states exist simultaneously until observation collapses the wave function into one experienced reality. Your income timeline works the same way. All possible income levels exist simultaneously right now. Your current income, double your income, 10 times your income, all coexisting as probability waves. Your observation, consistent focus and belief, collapses which reality you experience. When you observe slowly, my income grows gradually, you collapse into the slow growth timeline. When you observe compression, my income can leap rapidly, you begin collapsing into the accelerated timeline. The act of observing rapid growth possibility starts collapsing that timeline into your experience. Your observation doesn't create the possibility, it selects which existing possibility you'll experience. The third principle is quantum entanglement across time. In quantum physics, entangled particles affect each other instantly regardless of distance. Time can work similarly. Your present self can entangle with your future high-income self. When you vividly connect with the version of you that's already wealthy, which exists now in quantum superposition, you create entanglement. This entanglement pulls your present toward that future, compressing the timeline between them. The stronger the entanglement, the more vividly you connect with wealthy you. The stronger the pull, the more compression occurs. You're literally pulling your future into your present through quantum entanglement when you powerfully identify with your wealthy self. The fourth principle is observer effect on timeline. In quantum mechanics, observation affects what's observed. Your observation of your wealth timeline affects the timeline itself. When you observe with belief, this will take years. You're creating that timeline through observation. When you observe with belief, this can compress into months. You're creating that compressed timeline. The quantum field responds to your observation by manifesting matching circumstances. Your observation isn't passive prediction, it's active creation. This is why people who believe in rapid wealth often experience it while skeptics don't. Their observation is creating different timelines. Change your observation, change your timeline. The fifth principle is frequency coherence and manifestation speed. In physics, coherent waves, all vibrating in sync, manifest more powerfully than incoherent waves, vibrating at different frequencies. Your manifestation works the same way. When all parts of you are coherent, your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions all aligned on wealth can come rapidly. You create powerful coherent frequency that manifests quickly. When you're incoherent, thoughts say rapid but beliefs say slow, or emotions say ready but actions say unprepared, you create weak, confused frequency that manifests slowly. Compression requires coherence. All parts of you must broadcast the same rapid wealth frequency for quantum compression to occur. These 5 principles, frequency-time relationship, superposition collapse, quantum entanglement, observer effect, and coherence, explain why some people experience compressed wealth timelines while others don't. The principles work for everyone, but most people are unconsciously using them to create slow timelines by broadcasting low frequency, observing gradual growth, weakly connecting to wealthy self, and operating in incoherence. When you consciously apply these principles, elevate frequency, observe rapid growth, strongly entangle with wealthy self, create full coherence, you activate quantum compression and collapse years of income growth into months. The Quantum Wealth Compression Protocol. Now the exact protocol for compressing your wealth timeline so you experience rapid income acceleration instead of slow gradual growth. This isn't about working harder in less time. It's about shifting your frequency so quantum compression occurs naturally. Practice for 90 days to create undeniable timeline collapse. Step 1. Time belief dissolution, daily, first 30 days. You must consciously dissolve your time limitation beliefs before compression can occur. Practice. Write each belief you identified from block 2 on separate paper. Spend 5 minutes with each belief. Read it aloud. Then question it, is this objectively true, or just a belief I accepted? Recognize it's not truth, it's frequency. Then consciously release it. I release this time limitation belief. Time doesn't limit my wealth. My frequency determines my timeline. Physically tear up or burn the paper. This ritual creates conscious separation from limiting beliefs. Work through all 5 beliefs over the first week, then review and re-release daily for 30 days. You're clearing the frequency patterns that were creating slow timelines. Step 2. Compressed timeline visualization, daily, entire 90 days. You must vividly observe your compressed timeline to collapse it. Practice. Close your eyes. Visualize your wealth timeline as a ribbon stretching from your present, current income, to your future, desired income. In linear time, this ribbon is stretched across years. Now, visualize folding this ribbon, bringing your future self closer to your present self. See the timeline compressing. What was years away is now months away. Feel the compression happening. See your desired income approaching rapidly. Hold this compressed timeline vision for 10 minutes daily. You're observing compression, which begins collapsing it into reality through quantum observer effect. The more vividly you observe compressed timeline, the more it manifests. Step 3. Wealthy self-entanglement, daily, entire 90 days. You must create powerful entanglement with your high-income self to pull that reality into your present. Practice. Spend 15 minutes daily becoming your wealthy self. Don't visualize them externally, become them internally. Think their thoughts. Feel their emotions. Embody their energy. Make decisions as them. Move as them. Speak as them. The distinction between future wealthy me and present me dissolves. You are them now, just in a different point of timeline compression. The stronger this entanglement, the more completely you become wealthy you, the more powerful the quantum pull that compresses your timeline. You're not pretending, you're entangling across time. Step 4. Frequency elevation for acceleration, daily, entire 90 days. You must maintain consistently high frequency for compression to sustain. Practice. Check your frequency 4 times daily, set phone reminders. Are you in high frequency, excited, grateful, trusting, certain, or low frequency, worried, doubting, scarcity focused? If low, immediately elevate. Spend 3 minutes generating high frequency emotions, gratitude for wealth already present and coming, excitement about rapid manifestation, certainty about compression occurring. The more time you spend in high frequency, the faster your manifestation cycle rate, the more compression you experience. Aim for 80% of your day in elevated frequency. Step 5. Coherence alignment practice, weekly review, entire 90 days. Compression requires all parts of you broadcasting same compressed timeline message. Practice. Weekly, assess coherence across 4 areas. Thoughts. Are your dominant thoughts aligned with rapid wealth or slow struggle? Beliefs. Do your deep beliefs support compression or contradict it? Emotions. Are your feelings matching wealthy now or broke waiting? Actions. Are your behaviors consistent with someone whose wealth is compressing or someone stuck in slow timeline? Identify any incoherence and consciously realign that area. When all 4 areas broadcast, wealth is compressing into months, you create the coherence that manifests compression. Step 6. Rapid manifestation evidence collection, daily, entire 90 days. You must train your brain to notice compression happening. Practice. End each day by writing 3 pieces of evidence that compression is occurring. These might be unexpected money appearing, opportunity materializing faster than expected, synchronicity that speeds things up, or internal shift in your timeline perception. Noticing evidence reinforces your belief in compression, which strengthens the frequency creating it. You're training your observation to see compressed timelines, which collapses more compression through quantum observer effect. What you look for, you find. Look for compression, find compression. Step 7. Timeline declaration and anchoring, daily, entire 90 days. You must consistently declare your compressed timeline to anchor it. Practice. Morning and evening, speak your compressed timeline declaration. My wealth timeline is compressing. Years of income growth are collapsing into months. My frequency creates quantum acceleration. Time doesn't limit me. My desired income is approaching rapidly through quantum compression. Speak with absolute conviction. Feel it as current truth, not future hope. This declaration is quantum observation that actively creates the compressed timeline. The consistency of daily declaration maintains the compression frequency that makes rapid manifestation possible. These 7 steps: belief dissolution, compressed visualization, wealthy self-entanglement, frequency elevation, coherence alignment, evidence collection, and timeline declaration, practiced consistently for 90 days, create the quantum conditions for wealth compression. You're not hoping for compression, you're deliberately engineering it through frequency work that manipulates your experience of time itself. Living in quantum wealth acceleration. Let's explore what life looks like when quantum wealth compression is active, when you're experiencing income acceleration that defies conventional timelines. This transformation is dramatic because you're living in a completely different time reality than people stuck in linear growth. The first sign is rapid, unexpected manifestations. Money appears from directions you didn't plan or predict. An opportunity emerges that instantly doubles your income. A client appears offering exactly what you needed. A situation resolves that unlocks income flow. These sudden events feel magical, but they're compression. Multiple timeline possibilities collapsing into rapid sequence instead of spread across years. What should have taken months of networking, negotiation, and development happens in days or weeks. You're experiencing compressed time, where multiple steps collapse into quantum leaps. The second sign is surpassing your own timeline predictions. You set income goals with realistic timelines. I'll reach X income by end of year, but you reach them in months instead. This isn't because you got lucky or worked harder than planned. It's because your compression frequency superseded your conscious timeline. Your high-frequency state created faster manifestation than your logical mind predicted. This is compression in action, your quantum frequency creating acceleration beyond what linear thinking says is possible. You keep surprising yourself by arriving ahead of schedule. The third sign is simultaneous manifestations. In linear time, one thing happens, then another, sequential. In compressed time, multiple things happen simultaneously or in rapid succession. You get 3 opportunities in 1 week that would normally appear across months. You manifest several income streams simultaneously instead of building them sequentially. Your reality starts feeling dense with manifestation events because compression packs more quantum events into less time. This density of simultaneous manifestation is the hallmark of active compression. The fourth sign is learning acceleration. The growth, skills, and wisdom that normally take years to develop happen in months because you're experiencing compressed development timeline. You rapidly gain insights, master skills, and embody new capacities because your high-frequency state accelerates all learning. Your consciousness is processing more information faster, integrating lessons quickly, and evolving rapidly. This accelerated personal development matches and enables your accelerated income growth. Both are expressions of the same quantum compression. The fifth sign is timeline flexibility. You notice time feels flexible rather than rigid. Some days feel incredibly productive with hours of output happening in minutes. Some manifestations that should take months happen in days. You're no longer bound by linear time expectations because you're experiencing quantum time where duration is frequency dependent. This flexibility allows you to accomplish in weeks what used to take months because you're not constrained by conventional time limitations. You've accessed a different time reality through your frequency shift. The sixth sign is others' disbelief at your speed. People who know you are surprised by how fast your income grows. They ask, "How are you doing this so quickly?" Because your timeline doesn't match their linear expectations. Their disbelief is confirmation that you're operating in compressed time while they're operating in linear time. You're experiencing different time realities based on different frequencies. Their surprise isn't about you being special, it's about you accessing quantum compression while they haven't. Perhaps most importantly, you develop temporal sovereignty, the recognition that time doesn't control your wealth timeline, your frequency does. You understand that slow or fast is a choice made through frequency, not a fixed reality. This sovereignty is incredibly empowering because you're no longer at the mercy of, "It takes years to build wealth." You can choose compression through frequency work, accessing in months what others experience in years. Time becomes a variable you influence rather than a limitation you accept. Here's the truth. Time isn't the problem. Frequency is. You've been accepting slow income growth as inevitable when it's actually just a frequency pattern you can shift. Quantum wealth compression is real. People are collapsing years of income growth into months through frequency elevation that creates quantum acceleration. You can do it too. 90 days of the compression protocol. Dissolve time beliefs, visualize compressed timeline, entangle with wealthy self, elevate frequency, create coherence, collect evidence, declare compressed timeline. Shift your frequency from slow growth to rapid acceleration. Stop accepting linear timelines when quantum compression is available. Your desired income isn't years away. It's in quantum superposition right now, waiting for your frequency to compress the timeline between you and it. Compress your wealth timeline. Experience in months what conventional thinking says takes years. Access quantum acceleration. Stop trading years for income when you can collapse time through frequency. Your rapid wealth timeline is waiting for your frequency to activate it. Compress time. Accelerate income. Welcome to Quantum Wealth Acceleration. Your compressed timeline begins now.